So, can anybody tell me about these pictures that are up on the board? What are they of? Zayed?
Trying to stop racism.
Okay, one of them is trying to stop racism.
Like controversial things.
Controversial things, very good. Jackie?
I see a lot of that.
A lot of what?
African-Americans.
Okay.
That's not.
I didn't do that on purpose. That just happened to be there. So what I put on the board was something just to spark your interest and to get us started into the activity for today. The top left corner, just some kids playing soccer. There's nothing more to that. Raise your hand if you're at the table about sports, about should parents force their kids in playing sports. Okay, so that's why I put that up there for you guys. The next one is a football player. Who has the article about the Redskins controversy? Okay, good. So there's controversy about that right now, and we'll read why. I don't want to tell you guys too much about it. Over here on the right, does anyone know where in the world that map is from? What area? What region? Yeah?
It's the Middle East.
Good, it's the Middle East. There's so much going on in the Middle East right now. The Middle East, the title of your article is Middle East Mess, so raise your hand if you have that one. Good, okay. And then down here we have a doctor who is treating in Africa for the Ebola outbreak. So two groups are going to be reading about Ebola, and then the last one says Stamp Out Racism, and there is an article on racism. Who has that one? You guys in the back. What's the title of yours?
Outrage in Ferguson.
Outrage in Ferguson. Does everyone know about Ferguson, the trials? That group will become experts on it today and be able to talk to us about it. So basically, your work for today is each of you at your tables and in your groups has an article on current events, okay? Whether it's the Middle East, the Ebola outbreak, they're really, really high interest current events. And just because you're in 8th grade and you feel like it doesn't pertain to you, it really does. And reading these articles, you're going to get better insight into that. So before I let you get started, because I want you guys to have as much time as possible, I want to quickly just go over, what did we learn about yesterday?
Reading comprehension skills.
Reading comprehension skills, reading strategies, good. And we used a lot of our vocabulary and a lot of our skills, and I warned you guys that we were going to put that to use today. So what are some reading strategies that you remember from yesterday? Or what are reading strategies? Why do we need them? Liz?
So we don't get off track when we're reading.
Good, that was a main issue. Jack?
To help concentrate on your reading and understand it better.
Great. Concentrate, comprehend.
So we can understand the most important parts.
Awesome. Understanding the most important parts.
To think about what you're thinking, so
Good.
you don't go off track.
Good. Think about your thinking. We all laughed at that, but it's true. Like, remember to stay on track when you're reading. Jackie?
Paying attention to the main idea.
Pay attention to the main idea, right? So we need to pull out the theme, pull out the plot, and let the small details go because we need to concentrate on what's important. So today what I'm introducing you guys to is something to be able to put those literary elements and to put those reading strategies to use. This was something that was created just for you guys. You'll be the first ones to get it. It's called an annotation bookmark. And what this is it's an actual bookmark that you guys will be using throughout the year. So don't lose this. Hang on to this. It's really helpful. It just tells you marks to put in the pages. Remember I talked to you guys about maybe using post-it notes or writing in the text, mark up the margins. These are just symbols that will really help you. For example, use a star if you see something interesting. Use a question mark if you have a question. Use 2 question marks if you're confused. Use a plus sign when you're connecting, making connections. Remember we talked about that yesterday? So this is just a guide for your reading. And then on the back are ELA question types and essential skills. So recall questions, get the main idea. If you notice some vocab that you know, mark that. So on the front are symbols to mark, and on the back are shortened words. Like instead of writing out point of view, you would just put POV. So use these today with your articles, and I put 2 sheets on your tables. I just want to borrow this to show everyone. At each station, these need to be completed. This is a normal web. I know you guys have seen this before. The main idea goes in the middle and the supporting details go around the sides. How will you know what the main idea is in the supporting detail? You can go back to your annotation bookmark and find out where you put the star, where you put the swirl, where you put the plus sign. And then the second sheet of paper, I just gave you 2 since there's about 5 of you at each group, so you're all contributing. The second paper is a reading strategies group worksheet, and basically asks the same questions as the web, just in a different format. So you guys can go ahead and fill both of these out. There's 5 members in each group. Some of you have 4, so you should divide the work evenly and collaborate and work together. So we're reading the article, we're using our annotation bookmarks, and we're filling out the sheets. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? Okay, I'll come around and pass out the annotation bookmarks.
All right, turn it down.
This is yours to keep, but don't make
No.
So,